Hello everybody, how are you all doing today? Happy Halloween everybody! And I know it's not actually Halloween yet, but I'm gonna say it anyway because personally I feel like Halloween is something that should be celebrated throughout the entirety of October. So as I'm sure you can tell, today I will be doing another Halloween themed video, and just so you guys know, this is definitely not my Halloween costume for this year. No, this year I am going to be a vampire, like fake blood, big teeth, cape, everything. I'm going all out. While we're at it, why don't you guys let me know in the comments below, what are you gonna be for Halloween this year? Because I love to hear other people's costume ideas. Anyway, I want to get into today's video. So today I am going to be doing the Halloween book tag, and I was actually tagged by Girl Reading to do this tag. If you guys aren't following her, definitely go and check out her channel. I will link it down below. She's super sweet and I just love her videos. I only briefly checked out these questions, but they look super spooky and cute and I'm very excited to answer them. So why don't we just go ahead and get into it. Question number 1 is carving pumpkins, and it is, what book would you carve up and set on fire? I think that this is a hilarious question and also incredibly violent. I am going to say Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. I really didn't enjoy this book. I really just didn't enjoy the love triangle. I felt like the entire book was just focused on the love triangle. I'm not even a person who dislikes love triangles. I actually enjoy a good love triangle, but this love triangle was not just, nope. Question number 2 is trick or treat, and it is, what character is a trick and what character is a treat? So for the character who is a treat, I am going to say Eddie from These Shallow Graves by Jennifer Donnelly. For whatever reason, Eddie was the first character to pop into my head for this question. Eddie is just absolutely a sweetheart. I feel like a treat is the perfect way to describe Eddie because Eddie truly was just a treat in this book. He was funny and witty and so nice and kind and basically the perfect person. I absolutely fell madly in love with him, head over heels. He just stole my heart. He's actually on my fictional boyfriends list if you guys haven't watched that video. If you are on the list, that means that you are perfect. If you guys haven't read this book, by the way, oh my gosh, read it. It's historical fiction, but it's a murder mystery, and then there's Eddie, who's amazing. So read this book. And a trick is a character who you either hate to love or love to hate. And for this, I am going to say the Darkling from Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I definitely don't hate to love him, I love to hate him. I cannot stand the Darkling. I understand that that may be an unpopular opinion for some people because a lot of people love the Darkling, and I don't know why. If you guys haven't heard of Shadow and Bone, it's an amazing high fantasy book. Definitely recommend that you check it out. And basically there's this character named the Darkling. I mean, his name is the Darkling, and he is very dark and awful. He is so creepy and bad. He's bad. But you know, I'm not really into the whole bad boy thing, so maybe I'm just not getting it. The Darkling. Ugh. Question number 3 is a book that is always sweet. I don't know, the word sweet really threw me off because I don't really feel like I read that many sweet books. I feel like most of the books that I read are strangely dark and depressing, but I am gonna go with the good old City of Bones by Cassandra Clare because although this book isn't like sweet, I think it is sweet in the sense that it is a classic for me. I have so many good positive memories linked with this book, and I read it during high school and all of my best friends read it together, and we just had a really nice time reading all of these books together. So whenever I think of these books, I always think back very fondly on them. Question number 4 is, what is a character that you would like to talk to as a ghost? This is a character I am assuming who has died in a book, and unfortunately I have a lot of these. I do not handle character deaths well, like at all. Like, I can't. The first thing that occurs to my mind is the Harry Potter series and characters from the Harry Potter series. But before I go into that, let me just say, if you haven't read the Harry Potter series, just don't watch this part. Just don't. Like, you don't want to. You don't want to know. So skip this part and watch the next part. So, spoiler, I would really like to speak with Fred. I love Fred, and I would really just love to give him a hug. I don't know if you can hug a ghost. If I had that opportunity, I would definitely bring George with me, because how could I not? I would also really like to see Snape. I really love him. Like, love Snape. I really would like to talk to him, you know, about everything that happened in the books, because he just dies, and then you don't get to like, oh, like he dies at the worst moment, you know, like after everything. I would really like to talk to Sirius, because it's just so sad talking about this. It's so sad. Question number 5 is dressing up in a costume, and it is, what character would you like to be for the day? I am definitely going to say Claire from Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. First of all, she gets to time travel. That would be amazing. To Scotland, that would be amazing. And Jamie, she has Jamie. I would love to wear like the dresses, the poofy dresses. I would love to just spend a day in this book, even though there are some really terrible things that happen. If I could spend a day in this book, but like not going with this plot, I just kind of get to like, you know, like frolic around Scotland with Jamie and wear a pretty dress and be happy, that would be amazing. The next question is witches and wizards, and it is, what is your favorite moment in the Harry Potter series? This may be cheating. It's really hard for me to pick a specific moment that occurred, but I am going to say a couple different moments that occur in The Prisoner of Azkaban. The Prisoner of Azkaban is probably my favorite book in the series. It is just sort of the entrance of Lupin and Sirius into the books, because they are two of my favorite characters. Prior to them coming into the books, Harry doesn't really, you know, he doesn't have family, and he now has these kind of family figures. Particularly, I really love the scene when Lupin first comes into the books with the Dementors and he gives them the chocolate. I just really remember being really intrigued by his character, and then I ended up just totally falling in love with his character. The next question is blood and gore, and it is, name a book that was so creepy that you had to take a break from it for a while. As you guys can tell from my last video, I really like creepy books. From my experience, I've noticed that the creepier the book is, the faster I will actually read it, because I really like it when a book is really creepy. I usually find that I can't put it down. I also am not really scared easily, which could be related to the fact that I've been watching scary movies since I was like 5 years old. So I've never actually had to put a book down because it was too scary. Although for this question, I'm going to say Dangerous Girls by Abigail Haas, and this is not because it was too creepy, although this book is creepy. It is more because this book got really complicated in some parts, because it is a pretty heavy mystery. I had to like put it down to really try to figure it out on my own and think about it and rack my brain, because it was just like messing with my head. I just got so confused with who the guilty person was, who the killer was. It wasn't a creep factor, but it was more just that the whole mystery and suspense elements of this book was like making me go insane, because I could not for the life of me figure out the mystery of this book. But yeah, that is the best answer I can do for this question. Those are all of the questions for today's book tags, so I hope that you guys enjoyed. I know that I did. I am having a lot of fun doing these just because I love Halloween and October so much that I really want to make the most of it and make as many spooky themed videos as I can. Before I go ahead and wrap things up, again, I want you guys to let me know in the comments, what are you being for Halloween? And secondly, what is the creepiest, spookiest book you have ever read? I am going to go ahead and wrap things up for today, so I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I hope that you'll go and have yourselves a fabulous day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!